Hello, everybody, and welcome to Danbury Arena for some FPHL action between the Danbury Hat-Tricks and the Delaware Thunder. I'm Josh Starr. I'm joined by Jim Cerny. The Hat-Tricks winning last night's game 5-0. They are now 8-3-1, a share in points for first place in the league, but just behind on points percentage. Delaware 0-8-1 to start the year. 5-0 for Danbury last night. It really was a dominating performance.
Dominating in all three zones of the ice. I mean, really every aspect of the game. Danbury was clearly the better team. You outshoot your opponent 70-23. That's right, 70-23. And yet the final's only 5-0. That means somebody was pretty good in net for the other side, and Trevor Babin was exactly that. In fact, he was so good that Dave McIsaac guessed that Babin might be in the soaking still in the ice bath, so he's not going to start tonight. Instead, we'll see Mike Cosentino. But seriously, it was a dominant performance in all aspects of the game for Danbury, including a couple goals from Johnny Ruiz, who now has 12 on the season, 12 in 12 games, and what a great game from Dustin Gesso as well.
Ruiz leads the team with 18 points, now toward the top of the league in that regard, and as well in goals. Billy McCreary going to join the lineup tonight. General manager of this team. He played a couple years ago, a few games. He's the head coach of the NAHL team here in the building. He is the director of hockey operations, and now he's a Federal League player this year. It's going to be interesting to see him back out there, but he's excited, and the Hat-Tricks are happy to have him.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you talk about putting a wealth of experience on your blue line. Billy brings you that at high levels of hockey as well, high levels of professional hockey. And he proved 2 years ago when he was the coach of the Hat-Tricks and suited up for 7 games, he still has a little game left in those legs. He had 5 assists in that span, 28 penalty minutes, which was my favorite number from Billy 2 years ago. We'll see what he's going to bring tonight. He kind of doffed the Hat-Tricks hat, the orange hat, during warm-ups. So, he's fired up. He's got his family here tonight and everything, and he's ready to go on defense. Dimitri Daniluk will sit tonight for the Hat-Tricks on the blue line.
Yeah, but McCreary, very experienced in adding to that blue line here tonight for Dave McIsaac's crew. We'll step aside real quick. We'll come back with the starting lineups and puck drop here from Danbury Arena. It's the Hat-Tricks and the Thunder coming up next.
and remove your hats. Of our national anthem. Performing the anthem tonight, please welcome Rogers Park Concert.
Josh Starr with Jim Cerny, and we're just about ready for puck drop here from Danbury Arena. The Hat-Tricks trying to win their 4th in a row. Delaware trying to get win number 1 in their 10th attempt of the season. For the starting lineups, first it'll be for Delaware. The starting lineups presented by PR Electric. At left wing, it'll be Artem Alekin. At center, Brandon Lucchese, and on the right wing, Noah Wild. The defense pair, Brandon Lucchese and Joseph Brennan for Delaware, and Mike Cosentino will be in goal for Delaware. For the Hat-Tricks, Corey Anderson's line gets the start tonight with Dustin Jesso on the left wing and Dmitry Kuznetsov on the right wing. Jesso, a pair of goals and 3 points a night ago in game 1 of this back-to-back. Johnny McDonald and Garrett Gallagher, 2 new guys on the back end, getting the start for the Hat-Tricks. And then in goal for the Hat-Tricks, Brian Wilson, a 23-save shutout last night, and he'll get the net again for Danbury tonight.
Pretty cool way to start your Danbury hat-trick career if you're Brian Wilson. Your team gets you 5 goals. They pump 70 shots at the other goalie. And, hey, you come away with the shutout in your Danbury hat-tricks debut. He looks very calm, cool, and collected back there. He's a big guy, takes up a lot of nets. Stands 6'4", weighs just under 200 pounds. He's a big, solid guy, a Division I goalie at Niagara. And he played earlier this season in both the Southern Pro League and also a game in the ECHL, playing for the Cincinnati Cyclones as a fill-in goaltender. He got a start there and allowed 3 goals on 28 shots in his one game for the Cyclones. He looked sharp last night, not tested a lot, especially in the first and third periods. He was tested a bit more in the second, and when called upon, he was very, very good, Josh.
Very good. And we'll see how well Mike Cosentino does in the other net tonight. The Hat-Tricks, again, 70 shots a night ago, and we will see what comes of it tonight. Anderson ready to take the draw. Hat-Tricks in their home blacks, orange trim, white numbers with the orange outline. Delaware in the road grays with the black numbering, and we are underway. It is Lucchese who wins the draw, and now back in their own zone, the Thunder start to break out. Early on here in the first period at the red line, it is Brennan who can't control. Jesso leaves it off to the left. McDonald cuts at the left circle, drops it for Anderson, fires a shot, and it's off the glove, maybe wide, and out to center ice. Coming back the other way, Wild over skates. The Hat-Tricks right back on it. Dustin Jesso across the line, dangles through one, and the puck trickles in on Cosentino, who at first doesn't cover it, but able to find the puck 29 seconds in, scoreless. Quick start there for Jesso and the Hat-Tricks.
Cosentino is 0-2-1 so far on the season. A 5.12 goals against average, an 8.92 save percentage. Got that start Sunday in Delaware against the Hat-Tricks, an 8-2 Danbury victory, but he still made 45 saves.
Here's Jackson on the face-off, and it His shot gets stopped and coming right back the other way. Delaware with Oklin up the neutral zone. It's stopped by Brown at the hat-trick's line. Jackson turns it behind the net. It's taken by Oklin. Jackson forces it right back onto his own stick. Here's Tom Mealy up the left wing. His stick is slashed out of his hand. No call. He's frustrated and now behind the play as Oklin comes into the hat-trick zone. Little fires a shot. Stick down by Wilson, and the hat-tricks will turn back. Jackson looking to start a rush. Leaves it off for Tom Mealy on the right side, who will dump it in and go off for a change. Hat-tricks changing lines here with 1:10 into the first period. No score from Danbury Arena. Billy McCreary getting its first shift of the night as Moritz tries to clear it all the way down. It will go, and it will be icing against Delaware. 1:21 in. No score. McCreary now getting into it right away.
With Noah Wild. And you know what? I expect a little chippiness out of Delaware tonight. They were embarrassed last night, Josh. You give up 70 shots, you get shut out. Basically, it was almost a no-show by them last night. So I expect a little bit more fire out of them and maybe a little bit more of that kind of stuff going on tonight from Delaware.
Ruiz wins the draw forward to himself, but can't control it, and now Lucchese comes back the other way. His backhand pass into the slot, taken by McCreary. His outlet for Lazaro up the left wing is out of his reach, but Ruiz able to find it. Left circle, Ruiz cutting on in, out in front. Lazaro went right through his legs and through the slot. Couldn't connect on the shot home. 1:45 into play here, still scoreless. Here's Lucchese right back into the hat-trick zone, flings one wide. It goes out off the corner and out to center ice. Brennan back to retrieve it and goes to McNally, who dumps into the hat-trick zone. That'll go for icing just behind the red line, and it was called icing against Delaware. 1:57 in, no score here. It was a hit from Wild on Kuznetsov that turned Billy McCreary into a little bit of a madman to start this game. And I think he's gonna carry that chip all night.
Yeah, Billy's carried that chip throughout his career. He's a tough guy. He's not the biggest guy, but he is tough.
Anderson wins the draw to Kuznetsov, flings a shot on goal. It was tipped wide. Anderson in there. Gesso lays a hit in the corner, but Delaware controls. Brennan cutting up through his own zone up to the right wing. Stops at the red line, plays it in. Didn't seem like he gained the line, but they'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Gallagher retrieves it in his own corner. On the left side, Hat-trick's moving left to right. Gesso up the left wing. Cutting by one, now dumps it in at the red line and will chase it himself behind the Delaware net. It is Flago who gets ridden off the puck by Gesso into the corner. The Hat-tricks looking for it on the forecheck. Kuznetsov finds it, backhands down low into the corner. Gesso riding another Thunder player. It was Flago again in the corner, but the puck comes free to Delaware. Up at the point, Gallagher flings one towards the slot. Gesso couldn't find the tip. McDonald left circle out in front, centering past Kuznetsov, couldn't handle it, and Delaware springs forward. Up through center ice is Kolstrup. Kolstrup across, looking for Little, out in front. The stop by Wilson on with the blocker, and the hat-trick clear it to the half wall. Steve Mealy on it there on the far side, backhands the center, and the hat-tricks get the clear. 3 minutes into this one, no score from center ice. It's shot on goal. Wilson able to stop it and put it down right next to his net for Atwell to outlet. It's a cross-ice feed from Tom Mealy over to Brett Jackson near side. He drops it looking for Steve Mealy. Couldn't find him. Jackson right back on it at the right circle, and it's poked to center by Beard. Racing back for it is Steve Brown in the hat-trick zone, his second home game of the season. He takes a tumble behind the net, trying to stop behind. Atwell looking for the puck now. Delaware finds it back to the point. Brennan fakes a shot, now goes down low into the corner. Out at the bottom of the circle, it was Rabinowitz who lost control, and the hat-tricks go the other way. Tom Mealy gains the red line, dumps it in, and will go off for another change. 16-14 to go in the first period. Hat-tricks and Delaware tied scoreless so far. Behind the net in their own zone, the Thunder trying to outlet. Beard tips one to center for Noah Wild, who will go back to Brennan, and he'll gain the red line on the left side and pump it in. Behind the net, it is Brian Wilson, leaving it for Kodiak White Duck in the corner. He spins by a forechecker and plays the puck forward up the right wing. Lazaro can't control it at first, and it will be taken right back by Payne for Delaware. Payne's outlet for a teammate, stopped by McCreary, played right back toward the Thunder zone. Delaware right back into the hat-trick's end. Wild leaving it to the left wing. Lucchese down low, backhand out in front. Stick to the side by Wilson. Susi able to clear it, but it bounces off glass and into the netting behind the net. 15:27 to go in the first, no score. Delaware a little bit quicker tonight than last night.
No question. They have a little bit more juice in their game. Certainly their skating legs are much better in the early going than at any point in the game last night. And, hey, they're getting back in the defensive zone as well. And, last night at this point, Danbury probably already had 5, 6, 7 shots. Right now, they're being outshot 3-1.
Delaware wins the draw. Shot from Asselin goes wide of the net and cleared out by the Hat-Tricks. 15-20 in the first. Hat-Tricks at their own blue line. Playing the puck out, Gesso looking for it inside the Thunder line. It was cleared by Payne to center ice. McDonald there for the Hat-Tricks, leaving it forward for Gesso. Gesso, one hand on his stick, plays it to himself, fans on the shot, the rebound try in the slot, but Little able to clear it to the corner. Kuznetsov takes it from him there, left circle, Kuznetsov snapper off the right shoulder of Cosentino and out of play behind the net. 5:03 into play here in the first, no score in Danbury. We'll step aside here with the media timeout. No score, just over 5 in to the first. .503 into the first, no score. Josh Starr with Jim Cerny. Hat-Tricks, an offensive zone draw coming up to the right of Cosentino. Dmitry Kuznetsov with a chance right before the break, and Steve Mealy will take this face-off. Playing it forward to himself, able to win it, but it's McNally who tries to clear it up the boards. Kept in at the line by the Hat-Tricks. Jackson drops it for Tom Mealy out in front. Steve Mealy out in the side of the post, and his centering pass went all the way through. Looked like he had a chance to shoot and passed it up. No one was there to receive the pass. Now Delaware the other way. The backhand hits the side of the net, and it was Oletkin with that chance. The Hat-Tricks right back the other way toward Delaware ice. Moving to the offensive zone to our right. Atwell sidesteps one, left circle, tip in front. Steve Mealy hits it wide, and Delaware will control Oletkin in his own zone. Leaving it for Wild, gains the line, and plays it deep into the Hat-Trick zone. Far corner, Brett Jackson retreating, and will corral the puck for the Hat-Tricks. Up to Tom Mealy. It hops over his stick, but it won't have enough steam for icing. 6 minutes in. Johnny Ruiz forechecking against Brennan in the far corner. It's dropped behind the net where Payne takes over for Delaware. Up the right side, Brennan right back on it with Ruiz on his back. He plays it all the way near side around the boards, and Asselin scoops it to center ice. Hat-Tricks control there. Billy McCreary at the line on the far side lost it. Delaware will take right back over. 6:20 into this first period, no score. Lopez forces a turnover in the neutral zone. His stretch pass for Lazaro just out of his reach. And Moritz will have to control in his own zone. Side of the net, it's taken right back by Lopez for the Hat-Tricks. Behind net, he drops it, but no one was there for Danbury. Moritz will take right back over for Delaware. Fluttering the center ice, Dustin Gesso takes it at his own line, getting the legs moving through center ice. Gesso at the left circle, walking by and couldn't get by Moritz. He sticks the puck into the corner. Now Delaware springing forward, a rainbow pass through the neutral zone. It's Marchicello. He did not play last night, getting his first shift tonight. He turned it over. The Hat-Tricks right back into the Delaware zone. Anderson, left circle, right behind the net. Now will come all the way to the near side, playing the puck back to the point. Backhanded by Gallagher, down low, but couldn't get it by Rabinowitz, and it's forced to center. Johnny McDonald in his own zone, a point in his first pro game last night. Will start the breakout again for Danbury. Gesso, left circle, snapper is stopped by Cosentino and batted to the blue line, but not out. Kuznetsov keeps it in, far corner. Gesso all the way around behind the net to Anderson. Anderson cutting in front and tries to roof one. It goes all the way to the top of the safety netting behind the net. 12 and a half to play in the first, no score. Anderson trying to hit the top of the twine with that one, but hit the wrong net.
Scratches tonight for the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Defenseman Dmitry Daniluk sitting as Billy McCreary makes his season debut. Forwards Cordy Bunnell, Tal Finberg, and Tobias Ojik are all out injured. And also healthy scratches, defenseman Tom Bell and forward Kayon Farsad.
Brown, after the Hat-Tricks win the faceoff, back to Atwell, left circle, top of the circle, cut back toward the point and play it down low for Brett Jackson. He has the puck picked from his stick, and Payne will come out the other way for Delaware. Across the Hat-Tricks line, Lucchese fires one off the glove of Wilson and out of play behind the net. 12:15 to play in the first, no score. Delaware, maybe a clearer strategy tonight, just firing more pucks on net, but also spending a little bit more time towards Hat-Tricks territory.
They're skating. I mean, they're using their legs. They look like they were stuck in mud most of last night's game. They're skating. They definitely have a lot more jump to their game, and I'm sure Coach McIsaac, we're going to look for Danbury to meet that effort now.
Here's Steve Mealy at the Delaware line trying to feed his brother Tom out in front. He gets it to him. The shot just wide of the net. In the corner, Jackson chasing after it. Tom Mealy lays a huge hit along the half wall. It's getting physical in the neutral zone. Steve lays a hit, and it will come back to the Hat-Tricks line. Steve Brown leaves it for Tom Mealy at his own line across ice to Aaron Atwell. Atwell at the Delaware line, stops at the right circle and loses control. It's played out to center. And Billy McCreary, fresh onto the ice, will take over, and his cross-ice feed stopped at center by Colstrup. Hat-Tricks will come back and retrieve it, play it right back into the Delaware zone. Ruiz keeps it in at the far point, but it's sticked away by Asselin. 2-on-2 for Delaware. Asselin up the right wing, across the Hat-Tricks line, walks by Atwell, working behind the net. Can't control at first. Now a centering feed stopped by Atwell, who's clear, barely gets any momentum on it, but Lazaro finds it. Now the bank ahead for White Duck in front. Ruiz just missed the stuff in on the right post, and it goes all the way through. Inside the Delaware line now, it's Little leaving it for Brennan. 9 minutes into the first period here in Danbury, scoreless so far. Scoreless after one last night. The Hat-Tricks erupted for 5 in the final 40 minutes to win 5-0. Game 2 of this series here tonight. Jesso turns it over in the neutral zone. It's fired on from Alekin and gloved by the left hand of Wilson. 10:38 to play in the first, no score.
Dave McIsaac was saying before the game, that the Hat-Tricks last night did everything so well and such a dominant effort, but he said he wants to see them be a little bit even more precise today. Don't let down against this team just because you've beaten them 2 in a row and you've outscored them 13-2 in those 2 victories this season.
Anderson with a turnover in the corner. It's put toward goal, but into the other corner on the near side here. Hat-Tricks trying to clear. It goes off of Wild, and Delaware keeps it alive. The Thunder working along with Lucchese, stopped at the circle. Gallagher trying to escape to center. He gets stopped right in front of the Hat-Tricks bench near side, but he's able to play it toward the Delaware zone. Halfway through the first period, McDonald trying to glove down a puck at his own line. Can't control it. It's deep into the Hat-Tricks zone. Gallagher behind his own net, plays it up to the right wing. Kuznetsov, who chips ahead for Dustin Jesso. Jesso through center, across the line, at the right circle, fires. It's sticked down. McDonald looking for the rebound at the left circle, but couldn't control it. And now Delaware coming the other way. Rabinowitz, left circle into the Hat-Trick zone, drops it, and it's tipped away. The shot from Beard, Wilson able to see it. Moritz keeps it in at the point. Steve Mealy scoops it forward, looking for Jesso, can't find him. Rabinowitz at center, backhands far side for Delaware. It's Beard into the Hat-Trick zone. Wilson way out of the net to play it to the half wall on the far end. Rabinowitz there for the Thunder. He's sealed off by McDonald. The Hat-Tricks find the puck in the far corner. Steve Mealy over to Atwell near side, and now Tom Mealy skating through center ice at the red line, up the right wing. Loses it for a second inside the Delaware line. Now chips it forward off the glass, and it goes out of play. 9:12 to go in the first. No score here from Danbury Arena. We'll step aside here, and we'll be right back. Face-off coming up in the neutral zone to start play back up. 9:12 to go in the first. No score here in Danbury Arena between the Hat-Tricks and the Thunder. I'm Josh Starr, joined by Jim Cerny. Scoreless game so far. Johnny Ruiz will take the face-off in the neutral zone for Danbury. He wins it back to Steve Brown right at the red line along the near boards. And it is dumped into the far corner. 9 minutes to play in the first. Hat-Tricks forechecking. Lazaro trying to work the puck free. Lopez now unable to find it, and it's cleared to center. Atwell first to it for the Hat-Tricks and inside his own line. Turns it over at center, but right back to Atwell, whose outlet feed goes off a body. Lopez skating towards it in the Delaware zone. Right circle, can't control. It was won by Flago in the Thunder end. Delaware with Flago right on it at his right circle. 8.5 to play in a scoreless first. His feed down the ice, off a body, and all the way down into the Hat-Trick zone. Delaware changing lines. Hat-Tricks with a quick outlet. Lazaro just will backhand and push it forward into the Delaware zone. Hat-Tricks changing as well, getting the Corey Anderson line out here with 8:15 to go in a scoreless first. Delaware chips it up the boards. McCreary first there for the Hat-Tricks. Now surveying in the neutral zone. His cross-ice feed looking for Gesso, out of his reach but deep into the Delaware zone. Gesso trying to sidestep Moritz. Moritz sealed him into the boards, and Delaware controls out to center. Noah Weil loses it to Vinny Susi, and Billy McCreary now plays it ahead for Gesso. Gesso skating backwards into the Delaware zone, flings a shot on goal, blockered into the corner by Cosentino. In the far corner, it's Kuznetsov trying to scoop the puck free for the Hat-Tricks. The clear attempt, pinching, is McCreary to keep it in. In the corner on the far side, Kuznetsov now behind the net. Crushed off the puck in the corner, and Moritz will take over, who laid the hit, and he'll clear it up the near boards. Kuznetsov there to keep it in for the Hat-Tricks. Anderson pestering on the forecheck, but Moritz finds it on the far wing and will clear it to center. Hat-Tricks take it right back there. In the last few minutes, starting to look like last night's game a little bit. Gesso into the Hat-Tricks, into the Thunder zone rather, with 7:10 to go. Thunder just happy to clear to center right now. And at the right wing, it's Gallagher who pushes ahead for Gesso, and he'll chip in, and the Hat-Tricks will change. 7 minutes to play in the first. It's scoreless. McNally starting the rush for Delaware. Into the Hat-Trick zone on the far wing, the backhand into the corner. It's Beard looking for it, but Gallagher finds it for the Hat-Tricks. Jackson banks it ahead, looking for Steve Mealy, unable to connect there, but flung right back into Danbury ice, where McDonald takes over. Now, out in front, it was a chance for the Hat-Tricks, but did not go, and now Delaware right back the other way. Steve Mealy, Tom, at the far wing in the neutral zone, kicked ahead by Little, and the Hat-Tricks will scoop it all the way down the ice. That should go for icing, and it does not get called. The arm was up by the one linesman. No whistle on that play. Payne into the Hat-Trick zone, left wing, 6 minutes to go in a scoreless first. Back behind the net, he's stuffed behind by Steve Brown. The puck comes free to the left point, where Lucchese plays it down low. Brown at the corner, plays it ahead for White Duck, can't find it, and Brown will have to retreat into his own corner. He pushes Alekin up against the boards, and Hat-Tricks hammering away at it. The puck jumps free to Ruiz, who will play it towards center ice. Delaware on it there, and dump it right back into the Hat-Trick zone. Thunder changing with 5.5 to play in the first. No score in Danbury Arena. Lazaro up the left side will play it across the near corner. White Duck gets upended and unable to find that dump in. So the Thunder will retrieve and play it right back to center ice. McCreary finds it for the Hat-Tricks at his own line. Ahead for Anderson, out of his reach. That will go for icing. 5:12 to go in the first, no score. Anderson arguing that he won that race. Maybe they will move this face-off.
I think they're trying to figure it out right now. They're discussing it. McCreary comes over to complain. I tell you, for a guy that gets back in the lineup for the first time in 2 seasons, Billy's a little bit ornery tonight, isn't he? His first shift, he gets in somebody's face. Now he's all over the officials, and he wins the argument because the faceoff comes to center ice.
The Hat-Tricks win it with Susi coming through center at the right wing across into the Delaware zone. One hand on his stick, plays it toward the slot. Gesso has it left circle, and his dump into the corner stopped. He has it right back, tip in front. Anderson on the save by Cosentino. Anderson crashing the net. Puck comes into the corner. Delaware controls. Delaware coming up through center ice with Kolstrup up to the left wing. Asselin at the left circle, coming around behind the net, and will circle all the way out in front looking for Little. It was sticked away by a couple of Hat-Tricks. Now the outlet is stopped by Oklin. Hat-Tricks will come back into their own zone. McCreary starting the breakout up the left side at the red line, cutting to the left and lost control. Gesso will find the puck, and a cross-ice feed for Mealy went into the zone. McCreary had been offside, so Mealy held up at the line. Delaware controls, 4:15 to play in the first, no score. Brennan in his own zone, skies one high to center ice, bounces right on the red line, and Gallagher can't handle it. It's wild right circle, and it's shot, blocker down by Wilson and into the corner. Gallagher finds it for the Hat-Tricks and starts the breakout. Jackson off to the left side, McDonald across the Thunder line, working his way down low, middle of the circle, and lost control. Tom Mealy turns it right back into the far corner. Steve Mealy on it there at the circle. Out for Tom, high slot. Tom fires. It's stopped side of the net. Jackson looking for the rebound. He has it on the right circle. Cross ice feed in front. Tom Mealy's shot blocked in front by the Thunder, and they will control it in the corner. Alekin plays it all the way back around to the near side on the half wall, and Brennan will take over. 3.5 to play in the first. No score here in Danbury between the Hat-Tricks and the Thunder. Brennan tips into the Hat-Trick zone, and the Thunder will retreat on defense here as the Hat-Tricks take the puck. Lazaro across the line. Lazaro left circle out in front looking for Ruiz. Went all the way through the goal mouth and out to center out of the corner. Gallagher right back at the red line, hammers in, and will go off for a change. 3:05 to play in the first. No score. Here's Lopez behind the net, losing control at first, but able to work it back up the half wall. Now Delaware will find it there. Ruiz on the left wing, stopped, and the puck played back towards the Hat-Trick zone. Brown starting the breakout right back toward Delaware ice for the Hat-Tricks. Lopez, right circle, backhand feet through the slot, all the way through into the corner on the far side. Ruiz back to the point now. Brown fires, nobody in front. The easy save for Cosentino, and it's played into the corner. Scooped to center by Kolstrup, and now Atwell turns it over at the red line. Asselin back the other way for Delaware at the right circle. Atwell sealing him hard into the boards in the corner, recovering and making the play to prevent the chance. 2:20 to go in the first. Lopez right back into the Delaware zone, leaving it for Anderson. High slot, fires, and it's blocked by Flago and out of play. 2:17 to go in the first. No score from Danbury. We'll be right back. Offensive zone draw coming up for Danbury out of the break. Josh Starr joined with Jim Cerny here. 2:17 late in the first. No score so far.
Danbury hasn't been able to get to their game yet. You know, they might have the edge territorially, but I'm impressed with Delaware, their comeback effort so far tonight. The effort is so much better than yesterday. They've been hard on sticks, and they've been really in the passing and shooting lanes. Have not made it easy for Danbury in the first period.
Kuznetsov through center, drops it for Gesso, fires, blocked in to the corner by Cosentino, and Gesso will turn the puck back into that corner. Under 2 to play in the first. No score. Delaware right back to the neutral zone. Wild, cross ice feed left side. Moritz plays it up into the Hat-Tricks zone, and a whistle comes there. 1:42 to play. Must have been offside.
Yeah,
there.
looked like it was offside. Yeah, so it's funny, right as I say that, no shooting lanes or not many shooting lanes tonight for Danbury in the first period. As soon as the words leave my mouth, Gesso breaks in, and that was one of the better opportunities here in the first period, and Cosentino made a good blocker save.
Neutral zone draw. The Hat-Tricks unable to win it. It's pumped right back into their zone, and McDonald will control it in the corner behind his own net. Turning it forward to Steve Mealy, starting the rush through center ice, gains the red line, across to his brother Tom, right circle. Tom cutting out in front, taken down, no call, and the puck skitters into the corner. Somehow Mealy was upended there, and no penalty against Delaware. Hat-Tricks right back into their own zone. Gallagher ahead for Jackson. Cross ice to Steve Mealy, out of his reach. Off his stick, though, and able to play it in deep to prevent the icing. Jackson right back on it in the corner. Looking ahead at the bottom of the circle, back out into the slot, looking for Steve Mealy, couldn't find him. Delaware comes back the other way. Asselin gains the line, plays it into the near corner, Hat-Trick zone. Kolstrup drops it back for Asselin, loses it in the corner, back out in front. Jackson stick that one away, can't get it out of the zone. 42 seconds to go in the first, behind the Hat-Tricks net, played out in front. Asselin had no teammates around, and the Hat-Tricks will clear. Flubbed into the Hat-Trick zone by Moritz, and Gallagher will turn back behind his own net. 30 seconds to play in period number one. No score. White Duck now circling back behind his own net, starting a break to Lazaro up the left wing. Skates by a defender, and the Hat-Tricks unable to control it there. Now Ruiz chips forward to Lazaro. 15 seconds left. Lazaro across the line at the left circle. Out in front. White Duck, it's a left pad save from Cosentino, and the Delaware will be able to get to center. Deep into the Hat-Trick zone. Alekin plays it in behind the net as the horn sounds. After one period, no score, and it was a much more even contest tonight so far than it was a night ago. After 20 minutes played, no score. Delaware a little bit quicker tonight than last night, and a little bit of a chippier game as well.
Yeah, I said it a few times here in the first period. Much more impressed with their effort so far in the first 20 minutes tonight than what we saw in the entire game last night. I think their effort's better. I think their physicality's better. They've created better scoring opportunities. They forced Wilson to make a couple good saves in that first period. And most importantly, they're cutting down on the chances for Danbury, and I mean by a lot. Danbury may, again, as I mentioned earlier, they may have controlled play territorially for the most part, but they weren't getting clear looks, and they weren't getting shots through to the goalie. They weren't getting passes through. So Delaware much better with their sticks, getting their sticks in the way, putting bodies on the opposition as well. It was a good first period, I thought, for Coach Lou Santini's team. Now it's up to Danbury to up their level. Listen, Danbury's the better team. You're talking about a team that's tied for first place, that has kind of manhandled Delaware the first two times they played them this season. You can't be complacent in that. So now they're going to have to up their level of play and their intensity, I think, in the next 20 minutes in the middle period.
We'll see how they come out in the second. After one, no score here from Danbury Arena between the Hat-Tricks and the Thunder. We'll step aside. We'll have the second period for you coming up after this. 20 minutes down, 40 to go here from Danbury Arena. No score after one. Josh Starr here with Jim Cerny. And it was a more even first period than last night's game, but still the Hat-Tricks controlling the possession numbers, not really dominating as much as they did yesterday, but scoreless after one, and they're trying to get that momentum back here in the second.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a great crowd on hand tonight at Danbury Arena. Saturday night, what are you going to do? You're going to head to the hat-trick game, right? Back-to-back nights. It was good crowd last night, really good crowd tonight, as we're just kicking off the 7-game homestand that covers pretty much the entire month of December from now through December 23rd. And, the next home game is going to be a big one. Watertown comes to town on Wednesday night. You're talking about the teams that are right now heading into play today, tied atop the league in points, each with 23, the Hat-Tricks and the Wolves. They'll meet 7 o'clock on Wednesday right here at Danbury Arena.
We're underway here in the second period. Hat-Tricks can't look ahead, though. Have to finish these 40 minutes off in this one. It's their third straight game against Delaware as they take the puck in their own zone to our right in this second period. And Garrett Gallagher will outlet up the wing to Corey Anderson behind the net and into the Thunder zone. It's kept in at the right point by Kuznetsov. Played back to Gallagher. His shot on goal. Jesso fires, and it was a wide open cage. Cosentino way out of it, but Jesso could not fire at home. Back out in front, Wild intercepts, and the Hat-Tricks have to get back now. Kuznetsov able to do so and stop that rush. 45 seconds in, maybe the Hat-Tricks' best chance. Jesso just totally missing the net. Here he is right back into the zone. Fires off the post with it, and it bounces all the way out to center ice. He's really able to create chances out of nothing, but unable to finish that one a minute into the period here. Still scoreless in the second. Atwell in his own zone. Cross ice all the way up, looking for Jackson, who tumbles down and can't control. Asselin up the left side, looking for Little. It was Kolstrup's shot blocked by Steve Brown. Now the Mealies converge on a hit together as the Hat-Tricks take the puck right back. It looked like Steve maybe feeling a little bit of pain after laying that hit as the Hat-Tricks outlet to center ice. Johnny Ruiz looking to get in and turn a puck over, but unable to do so. Payne into the Hat-Trick zone, turns back at the line and will go back out to center. McNally in front of his own line will get the red line and fan on his dump in. Mealy able to find the puck, backhand for Ruiz. Ruiz across the line, right circle, winds, and his shot off of the circle, or the shoulder rather, of Cosentino. Ruiz back in the corner looking for the puck, can't find it. It's behind the net. Brennan up the far boards. Stopped by the Hat-Tricks. Ruiz turns it right back at the right circle. Down low, now I'll turn back to the point. Ruiz, cross-ice feed, looking for Lopez. Can't get there, but Susi has it at the point. Tip in front. Lazaro couldn't connect on it. The shot goes in, but Cosentino makes the stop. Lazaro right in front of the Delaware line, unable to play it right back in, and the Hat-Tricks will go back. 2.5 in to play in the second. It's scoreless. Lazaro into the zone, fires a shot off a body, goes wide of the net. Ruiz trying to back it right back out in front, but can't connect with a teammate, and the Hat-Tricks play it right back in. McNally scoops to center. Asselin takes over at the red line. Left to right, the Thunder move through center. McCreary seals Asselin into the boards, and the Hat-Tricks come right back with it. Jesso, one-hand pass, unable to find Anderson, and Moritz retrieves it in his own zone for Delaware. Moritz up the left side, cutting across his own blue line up the right wing and backhands into his own bench. It'll be a stoppage, 3:02 into the second, still scoreless.
Johnny Ruiz pumped 18 shots on goal in last night's game. Now listen, Johnny typically will ring up the shots on goal. He's averaging 80 games so far this season through 12 games. He's had a quiet night so far, but he looked like he got his legs going on that shift. Like to keep an eye on Johnny Ruiz, who scored a point in at least 1 point in each of the 12 games so far this season.
Hat-Tricks take it right back with Anderson's line out on the ice. He leaves it for Kuznetsov. Back to Anderson at the circle. Winds, and his shot high off the netting and out of play behind as it takes down a banner behind the net. 16:46 to go in the second, no score.
The thing about the 18 shots on goal for Johnny last night were, I'd say half, close to half, were legit grade A scoring opportunities. He ended up with 2 goals in the game. One of them that was banked in off a defenseman. That was kind of a lucky goal on the power play. But, I mean, he was robbed time and time again. He probably could have had 3, 4, 5 goals in the game.
Gallagher's shot from the point blocked off and turns back in front into the zone. Jackson right circle at the slot. Winds one, and it's stopped by Cosentino. Couldn't find it at first. Then the Thunder take over. Olekin leaves it for Moritz behind his own cage, and he'll start the rush up for Delaware. Left to right at the red line. He'll fling deep into the near corner Hat-trick zone. Hat-trick's first to it. McDonald swats it up the boards. Tom Mealy upends a Thunder player, and now Steve back up the left wing onto the ice after being a little bit shaken up. Gets it to Jackson in the slot. Jackson walking out in front, dangles just wide of the net. Tom on it in the corner. Mealy turning around and leaves it in the corner, hits the referee's skate, and the Thunder take over. Little up the ice through center, and will hammer one into Steve Brown's shin pad. The shot back on Wilson, able to kick it out with the right leg, and the Hat-tricks take it right back. Tom Mealy through center, and now will cut back into his own zone. Mealy saucing over to Atwell, who plays it up the left wing and all the way down into the Delaware zone. White Duck barreling in and unable to get the puck, but he does force it back for the Hat-tricks. Mealy going off for a change instead of chasing after that puck. So now the Hat-tricks have Ruiz, Lazaro, and White Duck out as a trio here. 5 minutes into the second. It's scoreless. The pass ahead for Lazaro out of his reach, and that will go for icing. 4:45 into the second. No score.
Oh, great opportunity for Brett Jackson there. You know, he came barreling in. He took a pretty feed from Mealy. Found Jackson cutting between the circles, and right at the last instant, Cosentino gave himself up in the goal, and the puck just rolled off the blade of the stick and wide of the post there, wide of the net.
Lazaro hits McNally into the boards. Delaware controls the puck after the face-off. The shot skies over Wilson. Behind the net, bounces out to the near half wall. Back down low in the corner, Beard unable to control, and the Hat-tricks cleared to center. All the way into the Hat-trick zone. Flago plays it in deep past the 5-minute mark here in the second. Brown turns it over behind the Hat-tricks net, back out in front, but Brown recovers and is able to spring White Duck forward through center. White Duck kicking the puck right back to his blade, now leaving it for Lazaro. Lazaro, hard angle shot, goes through the blue paint, back out in front. Anderson fires, and it's the right leg of Cosentino that is able to stop that puck. 14:34 to go in the second. No score. We'll be right back here from Danbury Arena. .34 to go in the second. No score. Josh Starr with Jim Cerny. Hat-tricks with a really good chance out of nothing right before that break.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird play, kind of just a chip from the side of the net, and Cosentino, instead of kind of facing out from his net, was sideways, and the puck went between his legs like 5-hole, except the puck slithered through, right through the blue paint and into the corner. Very weird play. During this timeout, Coach McIsaac took out the whiteboard diagramming the play. Let's see what they got.
Hat-tricks unable to win the draw, but Kuznetsov finds it behind the net, puts it back toward the top of the slot. Jesso right circle, tip in front. Anderson just wide into the corner, takes a weird carom, and the Hat-tricks unable to find that puck. Delaware frees it to center ice. 14:15 to go in the second. No score. Anderson right back into the Delaware zone, cutting at the circle out in front. Jesso couldn't find it with his stick. It's into the corner. Jesso has it right back. Jesso walking behind the net, looking for the wraparound. It wasn't there, so he drops it in the corner for Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov back to Jesso. It's behind his stick. McCreary center point, leaving it for Anderson left circle. Shot fired off a shin pad. Susi right circle on the rebound, back out in front. It was stopped at the side of the net by Wild and clear to the corner. Alekin there in the far corner, playing it behind his own net. Kuznetsov forechecking, able to keep the puck alive for the Hat-Tricks. Anderson works it free. Jesso crutches in and plays it back into the corner. Moritz scoops it out of play, and it will go. I think they'll say it was deflected, so 13:36 to play in the second. No penalty there, and still scoreless.
Now all 5 hat-tricks on the ice were immediately pointing over the glass, saying, hey, that should be a minor penalty, and they are going to get the call. Moritz is going to go to the box, and the hat-tricks will have the game's first power play. We've gone 20, 26, almost 27 minutes in this game without a penalty. We get our first one here, and it's a delay of game as Moritz heads to the box.
Hat-Tricks power play 2 for 3 last night. Back up to 23.2%. It'll be Steve Mealy taking the draw. He wins it back to the point. Lazaro walking the line, right point. Drops it off for Tom Mealy at the right circle. Lazaro, center point. Back to Mealy again at the right circle. Turning back. 15 seconds into the power play. Top of the circle. Winds, blast, scores! Tom Mealy just whipping it by Cosentino, and the Hat-Tricks lead it 1-0. Just about 7 minutes into the second period, a power play goal for Tom Mealy.
Great call by you, Josh. He ripped it. I mean, he got all of that one right by Cosentino. And it's interesting, just like yesterday, we had a scoreless first period last night, and then it was Danbury taking advantage of their first power play opportunity. Last night it was Ruiz that scored that goal early in the second period. Tonight, they break a scoreless tie in the second period again. This time it's Tom Mealy, and that was a legit shot right there. So Danbury had 2 power play goals last night, 3 on Sunday against Delaware. So that is 6 power play goals against Delaware so far this season by Danbury.
Mealy gets his 96th career pro goal, his 3rd of the year. And the Hat-Tricks lead it 1-0 here in the second. There's 13:19 left in the period, and the fans are tossing the carrots after the Hat-Tricks' first goal. So we have some more time here to talk about it. It was the power play. Dave McIsaac, the numbers are kind of there for this power play, but he still hasn't been totally thrilled with the way it's been clicking. And right there, they won the faceoff right away. They got set up, and Mealy was able to take a big shot and get it to go.
Josh, it doesn't matter what level of hockey you're talking about, right? It could be the NHL, it could be junior, it could be the Fed League, whatever. You get a face-off, you go on the power play, you have the face-off in the offensive zone. It is imperative that you win that face-off, whether it's a clean draw win or whether it's a tie-up and you have the extra man and you win the puck battle. You got to control that puck and keep the heat on the team that's killing the penalty. And, of course, that was the key there in that power play goal, with that power play goal. I mean, that is hockey 101. And, and Danbury here does it to perfection and grabs the 1-0 lead.
The other thing about that goal that the Hat-Tricks hadn't done too well tonight was get bodies in front of the net. And I don't think Cosentino saw that puck very well.
No, he reacted very, very late to it. I really like the gritty aspect of Danbury here in the second period. I'm not sure we saw too much of the greasy play and work behind the net and in front of the net and in the corner in the first period that we're seeing here in the second period so far.
Just about ready here to get back underway. Somebody won something with the carrot toss.
We didn't win anything.
Nope, we didn't win anything, but the Hat-Tricks are ahead. It's 1-0. Now the shot totals looking a little bit more like last night's, 20-8 right now in favor of Danbury, and they get the first goal.
It looks like Danbury, they whatever Dave McIsaac said in between periods, I think paid off. There's a little bit more oomph to their game, a little bit more energy to Danbury's effort here in the second period, right from the first puck drop of the second period.
The Mealys and Jackson will stay out here, and as Tom scored the power play goal, is lined right back to it. Mealy, Steve this time wins the draw, and McDonald able to work ahead up the left wing, all the way deep into the Delaware zone, and Cosentino has the puck hop up on him. He'll cover it in his glove and skate to the blue paint to get the whistle. just about 7 minutes in to the period. Clock's still running.
That was an all Mealy goal. Tom Mealy's third of the season from brother Steve at 6:41 of period number 2.
Mealy here, Steve on the puck in the corner. Down low to Tom. And he's in the near corner, pestered by McNally. Jackson working his way in there to work the puck free, but it goes right to Oklin. He plays it up the boards. McDonald there for the Hat-Tricks blast one. It's stopped in front, and the centering pass from Tom Mealy to Jackson pops up in the air and lands right at the circle where it's cleared to center. Garrett Gallagher gloves it down for the Hat-Tricks, and it's kicked forward by Delaware. Deep into the Hat-Trick zone, 8 minutes played, a tough bounce right to the side of the net. Wilson was alert to stop that one as the Hat-Tricks scoop it forward, but not out of the zone. Oklin walks by Gallagher, leaving it for Lucchese, and the Hat-Tricks converge on him. Now it's numbers for the Hat-Tricks, 4-on-2. Here's Steve Mealy off the Tom, right circle, across for Jackson. It went behind him. He couldn't control or handle the pass, rather. Tom Mealy in the other corner now, unable to work in on the forecheck. He has the puck right back in the corner, works it free to Jackson. Jackson back down low and couldn't get it past Asselin, who carries to center ice. He chips it by Brown, who turns back and plays it right forward to Jackson. Jackson up to Ruiz, right wing. Ruiz at the right circle, fires, and it's sticked out of play as he takes a big hit. And Atwell is going to step in there to defend his captain. 11 and a half to play in the second. 1-0 Hat-Tricks, and now some extracurriculars.
Here comes Steve Brown. He comes in from the blue line, and you know, we talked a little bit about it last night. When Steve Brown's on the ice, as Coach McIsaac said, everybody plays a little bit bigger because nobody's going to be messing with this guy. And he comes in here, your captain, who's not a big guy, Johnny Ruiz. He took a hit there by Moritz, and to me it looked like a clean hit. But yet it's a hit nonetheless. It spins Ruiz around and down to the ice. So what are your teammates going to do? They're going to jump to your defense. And then there's no fight or anything here. But Atwell and Brown send the message that you don't go hitting our captain like that, our best player.
Hat-Tricks unable to win the draw, but Brown keeps it in at the point, not for long, as here comes Asselin through center ice. He gets it poked away just to the side where he'll have to slow down a little bit and plays the puck deep. Lopez takes it for the Hat-Tricks up the right wing, feeds it to Johnny Ruiz across the line, and Ruiz stopped right there, kept it out of the zone momentarily, but Ruiz right back in, left circle. Ruiz snaps it into the glove. It drops right down in front of the net, and the Hat-Tricks can't find the rebound. Brendan clears it to the corner, and Ruiz picks his pocket from behind. Brendan right back on it as the Hat-Tricks keeping the puck in the zone. Lazaro all the way across to Ruiz. Now Lopez fires. It's sticked into the corner from Cosentino and cleared to center. Anderson, fresh out of the bench, will let Steve Brown go back and get this puck. 10.5 to play in the second. 1-0 Hat-Tricks. Anderson on the stretch pass. Drops it for Kuznetsov out in front. Jesso to Kuznetsov. He stuffed it wide. All the way back around. McCreary at the left point, able to play it in deep. Jesso cycling there in the corner, looking for an option. Anderson able to play it back to the point. Now McCreary left point, across to Anderson right circle. In his skates, plays it all the way through, and Jesso was below the goal line, unable to put a shot on net. Kuznetsov back to the point. McCreary can't handle it. It goes back down the ice. 10 minutes into this second period, halfway through regulation. It's 1-0. Hat-Tricks a little bit of trouble behind their own net here as Danbury leads, but they're able to get out of the zone. Anderson feeds it to Kuznetsov, hops over a fallen Payne and centers it, but it went off a skate. Anderson, side of the net, out to McCreary at the point, winding, and his shot off a body and into the corner. Cleared up to the top of the zone, but not out. Jesso across to Anderson. Anderson, McCreary now center point. McCreary fakes. Now he puts one towards goal. The rebound to Kuznetsov. Couldn't handle it. He's cycling right back at the circle. Working his way down low into the corner. Two Hat-Tricks unable to communicate, and it is turned right back to Delaware. They clear and don't get it out. Anderson's able to keep it in. He works it free to Jackson in the near corner. Swatted down by McNally. Jackson pokes it forward and looking for it on the forecheck. Jesso trying to lay a hit on Payne, and finally Delaware clears it to center ice. 9 to go in the second. 1-0 Hat-Tricks, and they go in offside at the line. Hat-Tricks up by 1. 9:03 to go in the second. We'll step aside here from Danbury Arena. Fans saluting all active and retired military veterans here tonight for Military Appreciation Night. We thank all of our Hat Tricks fans for their service to our country, and we're happy to honor them here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Standing ovation for all those that were just introduced. And I believe going to get a little God Bless America here.
I don't know. Yep. We'll let you take this in here.
To the oceans, wide with foam. God, join me, fans. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Well, there you have it, Herm Sorcher's rendition of God Bless America. Hat Tricks lead at 1-0. Get back to hockey here.
Yeah, and you know what? Really, really liked that last shift. It was the Ruiz line, and then they changed off, and the Anderson line then kept the pressure on in the offensive zone. Some really good scoring opportunities. More importantly, Danbury just winning one puck battle after another, especially in the offensive zone, pinning Delaware deep in their own end. That was for a good just under 2 minutes that Danbury dominated right before the puck went out of play, or before the offside, excuse me.
Hat Tricks win the neutral zone draw. Tom Mealy from the left side plays it in on goal. Cosentino covers up. 8:56 to play in the second. 1-0. Hat Tricks lead, a quick chance there.
And I liked what Johnny Ruiz did. You know what? He got knocked to the ice by Moritz. He got spun around. He took a big hit, stayed on the ice, won the faceoff, and then had an excellent scoring opportunity shortly after that.
Steve Mealy taking the draw, left circle for the Hat Tricks, wins it forward. Jackson looking for it. It's cleared up the boards. Tom Mealy can't handle it, but it's to the point. McDonald fires a shot high and wide. Steve Mealy sticks one high in the air. It drops for Tom on the left circle. He skates all the way back to the left point, puts it toward the high slot for Jackson, who's upended, can't control it. Now the outlet up for Asselin from Little, out of his reach and down for icing. 8:34 to go in the second, 1-0, and Delaware just can't connect on those outlet passes.
Josh, you know, you wonder why a team is 0-8-1 in their first 9 games. They're breaking out on a 3-on-2 with a trailer, so almost a 4-on-2. And what do? They ice the puck on a pass up the right wing. He only had to take one more stride to get over that red line. I mean, it's unacceptable. You don't win hockey games like that.
The Hat Tricks will try to take advantage. Ruiz, quick shot off the draw off the side of the net, bounces out to center ice, and the Hat Tricks will retrieve it there. Atwell dropping it to the left wing. No one was there for the Hat Tricks. Ruiz lays a big hit on Moritz, paying back the favor, and Moritz still able to dump it into the Hat Trick zone. Atwell skating through center, getting some speed. Aaron Atwell across the Thunder line. Atwell dancing in. Atwell coast to coast out in front, just wide of the net. Just so close for Atwell, going all the way down himself, but unable to finish. 12 minutes into the second. Puck played all the way in on goal. Wilson will cover up there just inside of 8 minutes to go. 1-0. Aaron Atwell getting the crowd going.
Who knew? He's getting Cerny going. That is like Bobby Orr, Brian Leach, Cale Makar, whichever generation you're a member of. Boy, oh boy, listen, that was a great job. That was 1 against 4, and he got a great shot on net, and it ended up having to be a really good save by Cosentino.
Hat Tricks win the draw in their own zone. The puck bounces toward the half wall near side. Brown playing it forward, but can't get it by Alekin. Atwell in the far corner in his own zone, scooping to center. It bounces out the red line and taken by Delaware right back. Corey Anderson into the zone, streaking down the wing. Fires a shot from the circle. It's smothered by Cosentino. 7:33 to go in the second. 1-0 Danbury.
You know, you talk about valuable guys on this team. We touched on it a little bit last night. Aaron Atwell does it all for this team. Every big situation, he's out on the ice as their top defenseman. And now you get that extra veteran with Steve Brown out there. Now you have two really wily veterans on the blue line on the top defensive pair for Danbury.
Hat-tricks win the draw. Jesso going to work in the corner. Kuznetsov keeping the puck alive. Anderson unable to get it by, but Kuznetsov takes it right back. Kuznetsov back to the point. Atwell at the left point. Down low, half wall, near side for Kuznetsov. Behind the net, Jesso. Jesso surveying, plays it all the way around the kick plate. Back to the point on the right side. Brown back down. Jesso right circle rather. Fires a shot high and wide, and it's sticked into the far boards where Moritz takes over for Delaware. Flutters to center. Atwell swats away at it, but it goes right to Asselin. Down low into the hat-trick zone to the right. Behind the net, Asselin cuts back and loses control. Atwell doing a good job to recover and take him off the puck. Jesso working the puck along the near boards. He can't find it. It's played in deep by McNally. Asselin back in the far corner. 6:40 to go. Loses control. Jackson takes it back for the hat-tricks. His feed across, hits Beard, and goes down into the Delaware zone. Right in front of the Delaware line, Rabinowitz plays it forward deep into the hat-trick zone. 6.5 to play. Atwell overskates in the near corner. Rabinowitz there for Delaware. Brown crashes into him and works the puck free to Tom Mealy, who goes across the ice looking for Brett Jackson. Can't find it. Now Beard right back into the hat-trick zone. Left circle. Beard fires. Stopped by Wilson. Now side of the net behind. Brown looking to control it, and the hat-tricks come away with it. Brett Jackson right to left through center ice. He gains the red line. Stops at the blue line and loses control. Moritz scoops it forward ahead for Marchicello. Marchicello working toward goal, and it trickles in on Wilson, who will cover up. 5:54 to play in the second. 1-0 Hat-tricks lead, and starting to get into that territory we were in last night where you keep it just a one-goal game. Delaware could get back in it.
Absolutely. Delaware's only had 3 shots on goal in this period, 2 in the last couple minutes when Atwell and Brown kind of got caught out on a very, very long defensive shift there. Really only one difficult shot for Wilson to handle, however.
Hat-tricks unable to win the draw. It's shot wide of the net, and it's played up the boards by McCreary. Here's Lazaro up the left wing, banks it. He gets upended. No call. Stick was in his skates, but he's able to still get in on the forecheck. Back to the point. McCreary fakes a shot. Now working top of the left circle. Feeds one through. It went through all the way to the side of the net, but banks off the end boards. Ruiz, far corner, leaves it for Lopez. Back to Ruiz out in front. He couldn't find it in his skates, and it's played down the ice. This should go for icing against Delaware, and it does with 5:20 to go in the second. 1-0 Hat-tricks, and that shot from McCreary had eyes. It just went wide of the net.
I'll tell you what, Billy McCreary, you talk about wily veterans. We talk about Atwell and Brown being the wily veterans. McCreary's the real wily veteran at 39 years old. And I noticed in this period, he's feeling it a little bit more, getting a little bit more involved in the offensive side of things. And here on this face-off, he actually moves up between the circles, but Delaware wins the draw.
He'll drop back, and the Hat-tricks go to work on the forecheck. Far corner, Anderson wins the puck back for Danbury. Just about 5 to go in the second. 1-0 Hat-tricks. Anderson working behind the net, gets it sticked away by McNally, who clears up the boards. McCreary can't get there in time, so he'll go back to center and play it right back for Jesso. In the neutral zone, he'll turn back toward his own line. Backhand from one knee across to McCreary up the right wing to Kuznetsov. Kuznetsov across Delaware's blue line. At the right circle, fires one that hit the mask or the crossbar maybe. The Hat-tricks keep it in at the point. Gallagher down low, near side as Jesso hits one off a stick. It bounces to Anderson in the far corner. Anderson working his way back up top. Gallagher right point. Fires one, bounces in on goal, around, and they are unable to score. It's being waved off. Cosentino kept the puck out somehow. Jesso put his arms in the air like he scored, and the referee never signaled it was a goal. He is waving it off. 4:32 left in the second. Still 1-0 Hat-tricks. That puck, maybe it went in, maybe it didn't, but as that play ended, it was outside of the net. We'll step aside here. It's 1-0 Hat-tricks. 4:32 to go in the second. back inside Danbury Arena. We'll take a look at the replay right before the Hat-Tricks thought they might have had a goal. And we're not sure if we're going to be able to tell from this angle. It bounced down in front, and Cosentino kicked away at it. It was in the air. Gesso thought he might have scored. The referee never signaled goal. So
it's a tough spot for the referee there, because he's on the side, he's along the goal line, but the goalie's back is to him, so you really don't see where the puck is. Like, is the puck up around his shoulders? Is it around his stomach? The referee can't see from that angle, so certainly can't fault him. There's no instant replay here, of course, in the Fed. So play on, 1-0.
Hat-Tricks deep in their own zone. Bank pass up to McDonald, who gets it ahead to Steve Mealy up the right wing across the Delaware line. 4:10 to go. Out in front, Tom Mealy stuffs it wide. Had an opening there as Steve gloves it down to himself behind the net. Working back to the point, Gallagher fires one in. It's kicked away and cleared by Delaware. Under 4 to play in the second. 1-0 Hat-Tricks. Out shooting Delaware 28-10, but only 1-0 where it counts. Jackson into the zone, leaving it for Tom Mealy, who's rushing in, looking for that puck. It's McDonald who finds it for Danbury. McDonald dropping it back, and it's taken by Delaware. Gallagher retreating for it and is stopped by Wild as he got out of the hat-trick zone. Alekin takes a big hit from Brett Jackson, a small guy throwing the body around. Ruiz gets hit, and referees letting them play tonight. 3:20 to go in the second. 1-0 Hat-Tricks lead. Steve Brown standing still behind his net.
Ruiz was not happy, and he took a slash at the ankles of Noah Wild after that hit up high from Wild on the Danbury Hat-Trick captain.
Ruiz has it right back in the offensive zone. He gets slowed down, able to keep the puck on his stick across the White Duck right circle, fires a shot off of Moritz. White Duck finds the rebound, plays it all the way to the near corner. Ruiz all alone. Ruiz out in front, wide open net, stuffed home. Zach Lazaro puts it home. 2-0 Hat-Tricks. 2:51 to play in the second. What a play from that right point. It was White Duck who played it into the corner, and the Hat-Tricks captain went to work from there, found Lazaro wide open in front, and it's an easy tap in.
Listen, Johnny Ruiz has had the target on him tonight, and why not? He's your best player, and he's not a big guy. He had a huge night last night. There's no doubt Delaware has targeted him tonight, and he's taking a lot of hits, but how do you make the other team pay? That's how you make them pay. Really good play by White Duck, but then just a beautiful slick feed from Johnny Ruiz to Lazaro for the slam dunk goal, and it's 2-0.
Under 3 to play in the second. A huge goal for Danbury to keep Delaware at arm's length. Here's the Thunder right back toward the hat-trick zone. The shot fired wide inside the corner. Atwell scoops it ahead to Gesso, leaving it into the middle. Can't quite find a teammate, and the Hat-Tricks retrieve the puck in their corner. Ruiz and White Duck get the assist. The shot from the point hits Wilson, and he's able to make the stop. Anderson with a chance to spring Gesso forward. He does on the bank pass, right circle. Gesso working down low into the corner. Out in front, only one hand on the stick. Finds it on the other side of the goal, but can't get that puck out in front. 2 minutes to play in the second. 2-0 Hat-Tricks. And a big hit in the corner as the Thunder ice the puck. As we will... Clock still running here. 1:50 left in the period. 2-0 Hat-Trick.
Josh, that was some hit by Josh Anderson. That took place right below us, and man, you heard that throughout the entire arena. That's a big hit. Yeah, Corey's a pretty big, pretty solid guy, and he put the shoulder into him there. By the way, with that assist, Johnny Ruiz now has at least 1 point in each of the 13 games this season that Danbury has played. A team high 19 points.
Yep, his 19th it leads the team, as you mentioned. The Hat-Tricks right back on the face-off. Unable to control, clearing it all the way down the Thunder. Wide of Wilson in the net, but he'll stop it and leave it to the side for Susi. 1:30 to go in the second period. A late goal here from Zachary Lazaro has the Hat-Tricks up 2-0. Jackson backhand shovels it in to the Delaware zone. Behind the net, McNally hammers up the boards. Lucchese comes to the puck just outside his own line, turns it over. Steve Mealy, right circle, fans on the pass looking for Tom, who was shrieking in front of the goal. Susi just about to go off for a change, but turns back as here comes Lucchese, and now Susi gets his stick into the midsection, and that will be a penalty against the Hat Tricks. 1:02 to go in the second, 2-0, and as the Hat Tricks just get the goal to extend the lead, they take a penalty here late.
So, did Susi get his stick into the skates? He probably did. But the amount of penalties that have not been called so far in this game, I don't know that was the most egregious one. And it almost looked like Moritz was falling on his own anyway. As we see a little back and forth.
Tom Mealy
disagreement.
Loves to get into it.
He can run his mouth. That Tom Mealy.
The Hat Tricks will send Ruiz and Lazaro to kill the penalty as the forward group, Atwell and Brown, as the D pair. 62 seconds left in this period. The Hat Tricks were perfect on the penalty kill last night. They win the face-off. Ruiz gloves it to center, and tracking back for it is Brennan. Under a minute left now in the period. 10 seconds into the power play, Flago plays it ahead, looking for Alekin. Alekin unable to find it. Ruiz does and hammers it down the ice. Last 40 of this second period. 1:35 left on a Delaware power play. Delaware power play at 14.2%. Coming into play tonight, they get into the hat trick zone. Atwell stuffs them at the line and unable to clear, though. Flago plays it down low into the corner with 20 seconds left. Out in front, Ruiz swats one away back to the point. Brennan down low across for Lucchese. Lucchese left circle, cutting across the line. Center point, Lucchese fires. It's tipped in front. Ruiz finds it with 7 seconds left. Skating it to the half wall, and now will shovel all the way down, and that will do it for the second period. 57 seconds left on a power play for Delaware, but the Hat Tricks strike again twice in this period and have a good response after a scoreless first. They lead 2-0 into the final 20.
As Yogi Berra used to say, it's deja vu all over again. Last night, we were scoreless after one. Tonight, scoreless after one. Last night, Hat Tricks up 2-0 after two. Tonight, Hat Tricks up 2-0 after two. A power play goal from Tom Mealy, assisted by brothers Steve. That was at 6:41, and then just moments ago, Lazaro's second of the season from Ruiz and White Duck. And that's a huge goal to go up 2-0 here, because even though Danbury is clearly the better team in controlling play, especially here in the second period, they were only up 1-0. And that's just, a fluky goal against, or you take a penalty and then the other team scores the power play goal, and all of a sudden you're tied. Now you got a little bit of cushion, and now they just need to kill off the rest of this penalty to start the third period and get back to what they did so well for much of the second period.
So we'll see how they come out for the third. They have a 2-goal lead to protect, but almost a minute of penalty kill time to start the final period. We'll be back after this here on Hat Tricks TV. It's 2-0 after 40 here in Danbury Arena. Inside Danbury Arena, just about ready for the third period. Josh Starr, I'm joined by our junior reporter tonight, Emily. She is here. She plays for the Putnam Panthers youth team. And Emily, what position do you play?
I play defense.
Defense. Who's your favorite hockey player?
Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid. He's fast. Are you as fast as him?
No.
No? Are you going to be as fast as him one day?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think you will. Well, who's your favorite hat-tricks player so far tonight?
Billy.
Billy, yes. He's a fan favorite here. We love Billy. You think the hat-tricks are going to win tonight? They're up 2-0 after 2 periods.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Let's hear it. Introducing our third period here. You're listening to Hat Tricks Hockey here on Hat Tricks TV. Go for it. You could say that. No? All right. Here's Emily, our junior reporter. We'll be back in a minute here for the third period. Third period of play just about underway. Hat Tricks up 2-0 after 40. I'm Josh Starr, joined by Jim Cerny here in Danbury Arena. Hat Tricks ready to go. 57 ticks left on a penalty kill to start the third, up 2.
You know, it's pretty good. You know that the team's playing really, really well when you don't talk a lot about their goalie, Brian Wilson, who has played 5 periods for the Hat Tricks this season in the last 2 nights and has yet to allow a goal. 2-0 Hat Tricks. 35
saves for him total so far in these 2 games. Hat Tricks unable to win the draw to start the third, and Delaware comes through into the Danbury end on the power play. Ruiz in the far corner trying to shovel to center, is able to pass it ahead for Lazaro. Scored the second goal for the Hat Tricks tonight, and Lazaro plays it deep into the far corner. Taken by Delaware there. 30 seconds left on the penalty kill for the Hat Tricks. 30 into this third period. Right up the right wing is Asselin, cutting across the Hat Tricks line, and Delaware goes in offside there.
And Aaron Atwell blew a tire coming back over the blue line, and he's a little slow to get up, but he's back up. You said it last night, Josh. You're on the mark with this. It seems every game there's that instant where something happens to Aaron Atwell, and he shakes it off, and he just keeps on motoring.
Anderson smashes one down right on the face-off, all the way down on the kill here for the Hat Tricks. 15 seconds left on it. 19:15 left in regulation. Danbury leading 2-0. Delaware right to left through center ice. Brennan hard off the end boards on the far side. It bounces around behind the net. Wilson plays it ahead. Minute in, and Anderson able to get the clear as Vinny Susi exits the box. 1 minute into this third period, Hat Tricks get the kill. The first of the night, remain perfect in this series, and it's 2-0 Danbury. Delaware up the right wing through center and dropping it back. Alekin to Brennan. Brennan circling, fans on the clear attempt. Kuznetsov plays it in to the circle. Jesso there. Back to Kuznetsov, and Delaware takes over. The Hat Tricks still able to get that puck. Steve Mealy trying to filter one through, but dropped, and it will be back into the Hat Trick zone. That think we'll go for icing here against Delaware. So a minute and a half into play in the third. 2-0 Hat-Tricks. They'll have an offensive zone draw.
And as you said earlier, you don't want to look ahead, but Wednesday night's going to be a big night here at Danbury Arena. Watertown Wolves are back in town. Watertown's won 5 in a row heading into their game against Binghamton tonight, tied for first place here in the Federal Prospects Hockey League with the Danbury Hat-Tricks.
Hat-Tricks win the draw. Standings go on points percentage here in the Federal League. So even if you can finish the season with more points but not be in first place. Here's the Hat-Tricks into the slot. Steve Mealy off to the left side. McDonald out in front. Jackson had his stick lifted. It goes all the way through to the near side boards. Tom Mealy dropping it for Garrett Gallagher. Winding at the circle. Fires high and wide off the glass. All the way back out to McDonald. Left point. Cross ice Jackson. Right circle. Across. And Tom Mealy had it hop over his stick in the corner. He plays it down low to his brother Steve in the corner. It's played ahead. Tom Mealy has it right back. Saucer down low to Steve. His pass back to the point, stopped by the Thunder, but the Hat-Tricks have it back. Jackson, right circle. Jackson skating into the slot, down low, feeding in front. Steve Mealy scores! Tic-tac-toe for the Hat-Tricks. Jackson down low to Mealy, and he finishes it. Steve Mealy, his 4th of the year, and the Hat-Tricks lead it 3-0 just over 2 minutes into the third.
A nifty little move there by Jackson, huh? Yeah, he did a little stutter step and then moved to his left, and that just opened everything up as the Delaware defenders went totally on the fake. And he passed it down low, and that was a wide open net because the goalie went for the fake as well, and a wide open net. And Steve Mealy has a couple goals in his last 2 games here this weekend, and he's got 4 on the season. Danbury now a nice 3-0 lead early in the third period.
Taking control of this game. They do ice the puck here, though, so a face-off coming back up into the Hat-Tricks zone. 17:32 to play in regulation, 3-0 Danbury. Mealy gets his 4th of the year, his 85th professional goal, and the Hat-Tricks with a comfortable lead here, 3-0. 2:28 in. Hat-Tricks lose the draw. Play from the point for Delaware, back out in front. McCreary steps in front of that, intervening, and the Hat-Tricks outlet through to Johnny Ruiz into the slot. We're cutting to the circle, fires just wide of the net and down low into the left circle. McCreary pinching in, plays it down behind the cage where Flago plays it up the far boards. Marchicello all the way across, and Susi upended at the Delaware bench, and Delaware flicks it into the Hat-Trick zone. McCreary in the far corner takes a hit and loses control of the puck out in front. Ruiz able to intervene and take that puck right back for Danbury. Ruiz up through center, leaving it off to the left wing. Kuznetsov bolting down the wing, out in front, all the way through the blue paint and into the corner. Ruiz looking for it in the corner there. It's out to center now. And Little takes over at the red line for Delaware. Delaware into the zone. Little crawling down into the corner behind the net. Kolstrep plays it back, but Kuznetsov was there for the Hat-Tricks. Outletting up to Gesso, left wing. Gesso into the slot, working his way through 2. Now at the right circle, all the way across. Kuznetsov fires, scores! Dmitry Kuznetsov, his 11th of the year. It's 4-0 Hat-Tricks, and they've torn this one open. 16:19 to go in regulation. Hat-Tricks lead it by 4.
Well, it's a neat play right there. Kuznetsov with the great outlet pass, springing Gesso up left wing, and then he curled back into the play, going from right to left as Gesso went from left to right. And he took the pass from Gesso, and he had the wide open net as Cosentino went down. Kuznetsov roofed it, and that's his 11th goal of the season. He's second on the team, 3rd in the league in goal scoring this season. A beauty by Kuznetsov and Gesso combining there.
Hat-Tricks back in their own zone here. Steve Brown retreating. 4 played in the third. 4-0 Hat-Tricks. Kuznetsov and Mealy with 2 quick goals for the Hat-Tricks. Gesso back into the zone. Flings one. Left kick save from Cosentino, and the Hat-Tricks right back on the puck in the corner. Gesso walking away with it. Left circle. Fires as he turns, and it's right into the breadbasket of Cosentino. He'll cover up as it falls to the ice in front of him. Just past 4 minutes played in the third. It's 4-0 Danbury, and they're buzzing here.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 goals in 1 minute, 23 seconds apart. Steve Mealy's 4th of the season from Brett Jackson. And Johnny McDonald gets his second assist in as many games in his pro career. Made his pro debut last night, had an assist. He's got another assist tonight. And then Kuznetsov, his 11th from Jesso.
Hat-tricks win the draw. Mealy down low right circle. Tom Mealy now at the circle, leaves the puck from his brother. Steve out in front, cutting across, stopped at the goal line and loses control. Asselin coming back the other way for Delaware. Up the right wing, Asselin trying to skeet by and does into the corner, but the Hat-tricks turn right back. Tom Mealy at the blue line. Back skating in behind his own net. 5 minutes into the third period, 4-0. Danbury leading Delaware here from Danbury Arena. Ruiz up the right wing now, breaking through center, across the Delaware line, cutting down into the slot, lost it to the side. Jackson's there for the Hat-tricks. In the corner, Jackson working free. Puck hops in the air behind the net. Ruiz first to it. In the far corner, Ruiz plays it back to the point. McCreary able to reach and keep it in, flings one into the near corner. Out to the point, Lazaro finds it, backing into a Delaware defender and loses control. Beard comes back the other way for Delaware. Hat-tricks forced a turnover in the neutral zone. Lazaro right back in. Backhand across for White Duck. Out of his reach behind him. And the Hat-tricks back in the neutral zone. Ruiz right back into Delaware ice. Out the left circle. Battling a bouncing puck. Plays it back to the point. McCreary keeps it in right at the blue line. His cross-ice feed. White Duck swatting at it. Now batting out of the air. Ruiz just wide of the net. Into the corner. Ruiz playing a little baseball there, but missed the cage. 6 minutes into the third, 4-0 Hat-tricks lead. Delaware controlling. Moritz up the left wing, leaving for Beard, who does not gain the red line, but his shot in hit a body and stopped. Anderson right back into the zone. Anderson fires high and wide of the net. Here's Jesso, gets crunched across the glass, and the puck comes free to the point. Brown stepping in against Wild as he stands up for Jesso, and now Brown throwing the hands. Him and Wild go to the ice. Wild, that's the second or third time tonight he's thrown a big hit, and the Hat-tricks took exception to it as players on the ice. Brown still throwing punches as he gets separated now. 13:46 to go in the third, 4-0. That'll get the fans going.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, Jesso is, one of your most important players. He's one of your best offensive players. And he was run from behind into the wall. And you see what Jesso does right here. He goes to the box where Steve Brown is now sitting, and he fist bumps him and says, hey, thanks, man. You got my back. And that's exactly what Brown has. He stepped in there, didn't like the fact that Jesso was hit from behind, hit towards the wall, could have been a dangerous play. And then Noah Wild, he wanted no part whatsoever of Stevie Brown when Brown came at him. I'm sure Wild's eyes got pretty wild and big when he saw big Stevie Brown coming at him. But Brown did what he felt they had to do there. Stand up for his teammate. That's one of the big reasons why he's here and why he's out there on the ice and why he plays so many minutes.
Wild, not a small guy at 6 foot 200, but Steve Brown 6'2", 229, and looks bigger than that out on the ice.
He's a big guy. He's wide, man, shoulder to shoulder. He is a big, big guy. And he's hearing it from the crowd right now and just catching up on a little bit of business. Kuznetsov
he's trying
with
to
that goal. Yeah,
get the crowd going.
Kuznetsov tries to get the crowd going. Scored the goal before. He now has a 4-game point streak. And interesting, a little bit earlier in the season we were talking about, Kuznetsov had the 2 hat-tricks, but there seemed to be a lot of downplay in between those 2 games. Well, he's really picked up his consistency. He now has points in 7 out of his last 8 games.
So there's a 2-minute penalty. Brown's going to get 4 minutes here, and Wild is going to get 2. So White Duck goes into serve. Second straight night, punches are thrown, but no fighting major for it.
Play on, boys.
Or are we going to have 4-on-4 here? It might be 5-2 for Brown.
Yeah,
it has to be 5-2.
That's it. Well, no, that can't be. No. That can't be right.
It can't be 5-on-3. There's 2 penalties on the board. The referees are going to go make sure they have that right.
So Kodiak White Duck is serving one of the minors. Now they got it right. It's a 5-on-4 power play here for Delaware. Delaware is just trying to figure out who the heck should be on the ice right now, and Coach Santini puts his foot up on the top of the dasher board there, sends out his 5. So yeah, it's a 5-on-4, double minor to Brown and a single minor to Wild.
So the hat-tricks on the kill, second time tonight. First one was successful. It's going to be fighting majors for both Brown and Wild, I think, and then the extra 2 for. We'll see what they announce here. Interference and roughing. So no majors.
Interference, except Wild didn't have the puck.
Here's Gesso out in front. Yeah, it was all after the whistle, too. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Here's the penalty kill, though. It's 35 seconds into it. The hat-tricks leading 4-0. 13 minutes to go in regulation. Delaware up the right wing. Right to left, rather. And now the hat-tricks into the zone. Jackson at the bottom of the circle, out in front. Backhand try, and he isn't able to finish it. Back to the point. Gallagher has it hop over his stick. He will just turn and fire it in, taking a big hit in front of the Delaware bench and playing it all the way down into the Thunder zone. Halfway through the power play for Delaware. Little stumbles, and he takes a big hit. That's going to be a penalty against Gallagher. 49 seconds left on the penalty to Brown. It's going to be 5-on-3. Again, the hat-tricks finding themselves down 2 men here at home. 4-0 they lead, though. 12:35 to play. It'll be 49 seconds of a 2-man advantage for Delaware.
Yeah, Gallagher's got to be a little bit more disciplined there. You know, he absorbed a hit. He didn't like it. He was, his hit from behind, kind of into the bench area there at the visiting team bench. He wasn't happy. And then he goes and, the first guy that he sees coming his way, he hit him up high. It's a borderline hit. I think it is a penalty, and it certainly was called one. And as you said, Danbury in a familiar position here, trying to kill off a 5-on-3 power play for the opposition. That has happened so many times in the first, whatever we are now, 5, 6, 7 weeks into the season.
Big reason the hat-tricks penalty kill is toward the bottom of the league. It's at 78.4% right now, and they are able to win the draw. We talked about it on the power play earlier, the penalty kill as well. They won the draw and got the clear to start the 2-man disadvantage. 12:20 to go in the third, 4-0 hat-tricks, but down 2 for 32 more seconds. Moritz across the hat-tricks line at the left circle, stops, and will come back to the point. At the left point, going all the way across right circle, Alekin fans on the shot. Hat-tricks find the puck. McDonald able to clear it and get it all the way down the ice. 15 seconds left on the 2-man advantage. 12 minutes to play in the third period, 4-0, Danbury leading. Hat-tricks back on the penalty kill here. 7 ticks left on the 2-man advantage for Delaware. Into the zone, far side, Payne shot from the circle is smothered by Wilson. The hat-tricks get the 1-man back now. It's a 4-on-5 for Danbury with 1:11 left on it as White Duck and Wild both exit the box. 11:46 to play here.
Good job by Wilson coming out aggressively. He read the play very, very well. Saw the pass come to Payne in the right circle. He challenged the shot, and he just easily swallowed it up.
McCreary in the corner, able to serve one all the way down the ice and get the clear after the face-off. 1 minute left on the power play for Delaware, who haven't been able to score in now 6 or 7 chances in these 2 games on the power play. They turn it over. Lopez into the Delaware zone, working into the slot, lost control. Now he fires one in, and Cosentino able to make the stop. 11:20 to go in the third, 45 left on the power play for Delaware. Flago plays it all the way across outside the line, and It will be taken down low. Flago one-handing it back. Lucchese all in alone, and the shot stopped by Wilson. Rebound try served into the corner by the Hat-Tricks, and they're able to clear it. Here's Gesso speeding through center, having a chance at an on-man rush. Gesso right circle fires, and Lucchese trekked back to make that stop into the corner. Gesso still on the puck, crunched away into the half wall. Now the arm goes up against Lucchese. I believe Lucchese. 12 seconds left on the penalty to Gallagher here. We'll see what these calls are. 10:47 in regulation, 4-0 Hat-Tricks, and it's getting very physical here late in this game.
Yeah, I think Lucchese frustrated. It's been, a rough season, not to mention a rough weekend for Delaware. Glorious scoring opportunity down at this end of the ice to our left, and a great save by Wilson. And then to Lucchese's credit, he really hustled back into the play to break up the scoring opportunity for Gesso, but then his frustration just boiled over, pinning his man into the wall, and that was any number of penalties there. It could have been interference, could have been a boarding penalty, could have been a roughing penalty. No matter what, he will sit for a 2-minute minor here at 9:13.
The Hat-Tricks will have 12 seconds of a power of 4-on-4 before a power play. Just under 11 to play here in regulation. Hat-Tricks up 4-0. Won 5-0 last night. Delaware wins the draw and will skate out to center, chipping it off the glass. Steve Mealy back into his own zone to start the power play for the Hat-Tricks as Gallagher exits the box. He'll stay on as part of this power play unit. Steve Mealy behind his own cage, starting the breakout. Left to right, Lazaro up the left wing, across the red line. Dropping it to his left for Ruiz at the left circle. Banks it behind the net all the way across near side circle is Tom Mealy at the top of the circle. Skating down low at the hash marks, cutting back to the point and serving over to Lazaro. Lazaro back to Mealy, right circle across. Gallagher kicks it down low, back out in front. Steve Mealy, backhand try, swatting away. Tom Mealy, and he's unable to get it. It's stuck under Cosentino. And with 10:02 left, 1:15 on the Hat-Tricks power play, and they lead 4-0.
Yeah, Cosentino, he got down. He's a pretty big body there, and he just smothered that one up. Mealy had his back to the net when he took that shot. He just kind of backhanded it, just trying to put it on net and, hope for either a rebound or hope to find a hole, and he got neither, as Cosentino was able to swallow up the shot.
Anderson can't win the draw, so it's cleared all the way down by Delaware. Billy McCreary behind his own net, playing his first game of the season tonight for the Hat-Tricks.
Billy on the power play.
He's starting the breakout, but Kuznetsov's cross-ice pass from him is into a Delaware body. Hat-Tricks right back into the zone. Gesso left circle down low. Fires off the shoulder of Cosentino and out of play. 9:34 to play in regulation, 47 on the Hat-Tricks power play.
So I was chatting with Coach McIsaac before the game, and I said, so, Coach, what do you do when your boss is going to be one of your defensemen tonight? Well, let's say Billy coughs one up and makes a mistake or two or whatever. What do you do? He said, well, I sit him, and I probably get fired afterwards. I said, I think Billy would understand.
I think Mac's job is safe for now. 9:34 left in the third. 4-0 Hat-Tricks. We'll be right back. .47 seconds left on a power play for the Hat-Tricks. They lead 4-0. Halfway through this third period, I'm Josh Starr with Jim Cerny. Corey Anderson taking the draw on the power play for the Hat-Tricks. Gesso unable to win it after Anderson dropped it back to him. Now a puck bounces in on Wilson, who will cover up and get a whistle for the Hat-Tricks. 9:23 left, 36 on the power play.
Yeah, Gesso and Noah Wild got tied up there just on top of the circle, and Wild immediately grabbed behind his knee and skated off the ice. I'm wondering if he might have caught a skate blade there where there's no protection. He got off the ice, and trainers from both teams followed him down the runway.
See if we can check on an update there. Kuznetsov left to right through center ice, across the line, right circle, flings one toward goal. It was stopped down. McCreary kicks it forward to himself at the right circle, dropping it for Anderson, top of the circle, across to the other ring. On the left side is Kuznetsov. To the point, Atwell, D-to-D McCreary, down low, right side at the hash marks is Gesso. Gesso, top of the circle, fires one. Anderson swatting away at it. It was way above his shoulders, and Kuznetsov can't touch it, but Delaware plays it right back to Anderson. Power play over for the Hat-Tricks, 8:40 to go, and the Hat-Tricks still in the offensive zone. Now the puck squirts out to center ice. Right to left is Delaware, Little into the Hat-Trick zone. Out in front, Alekin played a puck to the half wall. Gesso there for the Hat-Tricks, and starting the break right back into Delaware territory. Swinging wide to the left, sticked out in front. Kuznetsov couldn't find the centering pass. Steve Mealy dropping it back to Garrett Gallagher, D-to-D, out of the zone. McDonald will have to go out to center to play that pass. 8:15 to play in the third. 4-0 Hat-Tricks. McDonald out in front, scores! Steve Mealy over to Johnny McDonald, his first career goal. 5-0 Hat-Tricks. 8:07 left in the third period, and Johnny Ruiz is going to go collect that puck.
As well he should, and look at that. Wilson, the Hat-Tricks goaltender, comes up to the blue line near the bench just to give a fist bump to the kid. Johnny McDonald, the 21-year-old, scores his first professional goal, his third point already in his first 2 pro games. And boy, you know, when he talks about this to the grandkids one day, he doesn't have to make anything up and say, boy, it was a beauty and I went top shelf, because, Josh, it was a beauty and he went top shelf. That is a neat-looking play. Pretty goal for McDonald, and a 5-0 Danbury lead.
McDonald right back into the Delaware zone, dropping it back for Steve Mealy, who plays it down low into the far corner. It's 5-0 Hat-Tricks, under 8 to play in the third. Out to their own blue line, McDonald playing it ahead for Gallagher, who hammers in deep. Behind, Cosentino can't control it. Brett Jackson in the corner, leaving it for Steve Mealy. Back to Jackson, who is unable to play it in the zone. It's back out to Aaron Atwell, who will play it ahead to Steve Mealy, and he'll hammer in deep. Behind the Delaware net, it's worked forward, but back out to the high slot. Ruiz down low to Jackson, back to Ruiz out in front, and fanned on the shot a little bit, hit it wide of the net. 7:15 to play in the third, 5-0 Danbury. Identical score of last night's game so far. Tom Mealy deep into the Delaware zone. Behind the net, McNally playing it to the far corner, off the half wall. It's Asselin playing it ahead. Ruiz intercepts, unable to control it at first, and now the Hat-Tricks have it right back. Atwell at his own blue line and right across to his partner, Steve Brown. Circling right back behind his own net. 6:45 to play in the third. 5-0. Hat-Tricks in front, controlling tonight's game. Cosentino out of his own net to play it up the boards. Can't get it out of the zone. Puck hops high in the air, right in front of the net. Lazaro battling away at it. It goes to the side, and Delaware comes away with it. The Thunder turn it right back over. White Duck has it left circle in the Thunder end. To our right, White Duck back to the point. McCreary, one-timer, hits a body in front, bounces to the corner. White Duck plays it all the way back around near side. At the half wall, Susie pinches, can't keep it in the zone, and Ruiz will come back to get it. Into his own zone, behind his own net. Wilson watching behind as Ruiz leaves it for Gesso, who starts up the ice. Gesso cutting over the center ice logo. Gesso working to the left circle, down in front. The shot rises high and wide and goes out of play. 5:52 left in the third. Gesso really fast out there and always creating chances. Hat-Tricks up 5.
It seems every time Jesso's out there, something good is happening in the offensive zone. He really, he only has only 1 point tonight, but he's recorded at least 1 point in each of his 3 games. But he creates so many opportunities for himself and for his line mates.
Hat-Tricks unable to win the draw, so back to center. Susie plays it ahead for Anderson, out of his reach, and Delaware back into the Hat-Trick zone. Marchisello into the Hat-Trick's end. Stopped by McCreary in his own right corner near side will play it ahead. His pass intercepted by Beard. He fires and scores. The shutout streak for Brian Wilson over. Billy McCreary turns the puck over in his own zone, and it's no mistake from Brandon Beard. 5-1, Hat-Tricks lead. 5:28 to go in the third.
Oh, Billy's not going to feel good about that one. He put it right onto the stick of Beard. You know, what you got to do there is play it up the near wall and, just get it out of the zone, make the safe play. Instead, he put it into the center of the ice, right between the circles, right onto the stick of Beard, and Beard made no mistake. That was a sweet finish. That is his third goal of the season.
Hat-Tricks win the draw. Only up 4 now. 5:20 to go in the third. Hat-Tricks back into the Delaware zone. Steve Mealy, far corner, down low behind the net. Tom Mealy back out toward the front of the net, and Steve couldn't control the pass. It's out to center. Delaware right back toward the Hat-Trick zone. Little lays a hit on Gallagher, and Gallagher will play it forward, looking for Steve Mealy across the Delaware line. Mealy across, looking for Ruiz. Unable to find him, and it's turned back to the neutral zone. Tom Mealy back to his own line, playing for Aaron Atwell, far side. Scoots it forward to Ruiz, whose tip try into the zone is intercepted by Payne. Payne at the Hat-Tricks line, goes in offside. 4:39 to play in the third. 5-1, Hat-Tricks lead, and we're going to step aside here from Danbury Arena. Late in the third, Hat-Tricks up by 4. .439 to go in the third. Hat-Tricks up 5-1. Brian Wilson giving up his first goal as a hat-trick, but he's been good in these 2 games.
Yeah, absolutely. Shutout streak ends at 114 minutes, 32 seconds. But during that media timeout, what does he do? Well, he's coming to the bench anyway, get some water and, whatever. He comes over, he fist bumps Billy McCreary, taps him on the helmet. Not just because McCreary's the GM of this team, but hey, that's what you do. You pick up your teammate. Say, hey, don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. We got this. Let's bring it on home.
Not a lot to worry about when you're up 5-1. Back out to the point. Brown plays it toward goal, and it was stopped in front. And Delaware will come out to center. Payne through center up the left wing. Fires into the far corner. Atwell there for the Hat-Tricks, playing up the left side out to center, where Brennan takes it for Delaware. Delaware unable to get into the Hat-Trick zone. And the Hat-Tricks right back into the Delaware end. Lopez left circle, swings one on net. It's stopped high by Cosentino. That one might have stung him a little bit, but the Hat-Tricks unable to convert. It's out to center ice. Lopez right back on it, pushing it forward to Ruiz into the Delaware zone. Lucchese able to find that puck. The clear attempt stopped by Gesso, and he'll backhand in deep, but the Hat-Tricks changing, so he's unable to start up anything for them, and the Hat-Tricks are back into their own zone. Rebound try off the end boards. Beard looking for goal number 2 in just a few minutes, but Wilson up to the task. Hat-Tricks left to right through center. Anderson across the Thunder line, right circle, stops at the hash marks, all the way across. Kuznetsov, one-timer, scores! Dmitry Kuznetsov, second of the night, his 12th of the year, and the Hat-Tricks get their goal right back at 6-1, 3:23 left in the third, and Kuznetsov back at a tie for the team leading goals with 12.
Yeah, boy, he's a sniper to say the least, and you're right, he got it right back, and look at Wilson. He's shaking his head, up and down like that, saying, "Way to be, boys. We got it back." I gave one up. I finally gave one up. First one in 2 games, and then boys came right back and scored one for him. 6-1 Danbury.
Hat-tricks right back in on the offensive zone. Anderson drops it back for Gesso. Shot goes into the corner. Gesso right back on it behind the net. Gesso swinging around, wrap around, and the stop by Cosentino, the left leg, able to keep that puck out. There was room inside that near post there. 3:03 to go in the third. 6-1 Hat-tricks.
Boy, Kuznetsov, I thought, even in that first period when we were talking about how Danbury didn't have a lot of jump, I thought Kuznetsov was one guy that did have a little bit of jump. Didn't have a lot of scoring opportunities, but I thought he was skating really, really well, and here he's getting rewarded for that in the third period with a pair of goals.
Steve Mealy looking to win a faceoff forward to himself. He can't, but McCreary keeps it in at the point. Tip from Steve. Mealy goes wide behind the net. Under 3 to play in the third. Jackson left circle, down low. Bottom of the circle is Tom Mealy. Spinning down low into the corner is Steve. Out to the top of the zone, across the Tom, right circle, down low, back out and in front. And Steve couldn't find that pass. Gesso with another point on the Kuznetsov goal. As Brennan takes it left circle, stick down by Wilson, fire to the rebound. And Kolstrup missed it high and wide. Steve Mealy looking for Tom. It's off the body and all the way down. Tom first in on the forecheck. Cosentino will play it around behind his net into the near corner. 2:15 to play in the third. Delaware all the way down the ice. That'll go for icing with 2:11 to play in this game. Hat-tricks up by 5.
Kuznetsov's second of the game, 12th of the season at 16:37 of the third period. Corey Anderson picks up his first point on the night, really since in this weekend. He picks up the primary assist, and Dustin Gesso with his second assist of the game. Gesso now with 6 points in his first 3 games with Danbury, 3 goals, 3 assists.
He's electric to watch out there, and he's put on a show this weekend against Delaware. The Hat-tricks win the faceoff along the far side. White Duck able to work that puck free in the corner. White Duck under 2 to play in regulation. Works it down low to Ruiz, bottom of the right circle. Out in front, White Duck at the top of the slot. Couldn't find that pass. It's tipped out to center. Gallagher at the red line. Skating forward into the zone at the top of the slot. Fires one off the blocker of Cosentino and wide of the net. Playing it down low. White Duck had overskated, but Ruiz finds the clear attempt inside the hash marks. Down low, White Duck trying to scoop it in, and he didn't get a full shot off as it's covered by Cosentino. 1:31 to play. Hat-tricks up 5.
And, some good news here. I know it's the opposition, but Noah Wild is back out on the ice, so whatever it was that happened, and again, I thought he got clipped possibly by a skate in the back of his leg, but whatever it was, it's not enough to keep him out in this final shift or 2 of the game, so good to see that.
Gesso with a quick shot off the face-off. Goes wide into the corner. Hat-tricks at the far point. Anderson working it free, but it's swatted to center ice. McDonald retreating across to his partner Gallagher on the right side up the near boards. Gesso didn't get that pass to him, but now the Hat-tricks force it right back. Gesso into the zone, right circle, drops it for Kuznetsov out in front. Gesso working it toward goal. Cosentino, and a quick whistle there. The puck was loose, and the Hat-tricks working free. Gesso knocking a player down with his stick. 1:01 left in the third. 6-1 Hat-tricks, and I think Gesso is probably going to get a penalty for that.
Yeah, no question. He got the stick up high, and he poked at, I believe it was Brandon Lucchese, and Lucchese went flying down to the ice, and Gesso reacted like it was a flop. Now, we're not close enough. It's down at the far end of the rink, so I can't tell you if the stick caught him, how hard it caught him. Certainly the intent was there, from Gesso, but Gesso's acting like that Lucchese took a dive, and then Moritz came jumping into the mix as well, and guys kind of pair off. It's just a scrum, no punches really thrown, and we'll see what the penalties are with the minute 1 to go. Yeah, and you see Lucchese.
There might not be any penalties.
He is screaming at Gesso right now. Lucchese is not happy. And Gesso now arguing with the referee as he heads to the penalty box. Maybe he's saying, you know what, I pointed my stick at him, but I never touched him.
I think he just got kicked out of the game. He was giving a mouthful to the referee there, and the Hat-tricks aren't going to like it, but
yeah, Johnny Ruiz is now speaking with the officials. Corey Anderson, of course, wearing the alternate captain A. He's telling Gesso, hey, head back to the locker room here. Don't make it any worse for yourself. So we'll see what the penalties are now. Some jawing along the red line. Brown is out on the ice. Corey Anderson standing along the red line. There are about 4 members of the Delaware Thunder there. Billy McCreary is in the mix as well.
Billy might be asking for a fight here.
Yeah, it's...
There's 1:01 left in regulation here. The Hat-Tricks
you
are
don't
up
need
5.
You don't need anything here. You just want to take the 6-1 win, bank it, take the 3 points, and head to the dressing room. And if you're Delaware, you can sense their frustration. They're 61 seconds away from starting the season on a 10-game losing streak. And they're about to lose their 3rd in a row to Danbury. And, they lost 8-2 last Sunday at home. They lost 5-0 last night. And they're trailing here 6-1. And it is a 5-minute major, even though there's only a minute 1 left. So that's a 5-minute major, whether it's a spear or a high stick. So Gesso must have caught Lucchese with his stick.
I would imagine it looked like a spear.
He certainly went after him and poked the stick at him and up high as well.
So with 61 seconds left, Hat-Tricks on the kill. At the end here, Lucchese unable to handle a centering pass. Anderson shorthanded, back the other way in the final minute. 50 seconds to go. Anderson shorthanded on the right circle, out in front, tip in front, and Lopez looking for his first point of the year is stoned by Cosentino. And now some extracurriculars here with McCreary getting involved. McCreary
and Asselin
up against Asselin. McCreary and Asselin will throw him. McCreary still has one of his gloves on. They're just hugging it out now. Asselin throwing it right.
They're trying to get their hands free, but they have each other really tied up. The officials are going to come in, and McCreary is able to shove Asselin down to the ice. He lands on top. Does Billy? I guess that's a TKO.
Sure. They're
right?
still going at it. That was
Billy will tell you it's a TKO.
That was an animated fight.
Billy playing to the crowd, waving to both sides, to the right, to the left as he heads to the dressing room. Billy McCreary, he is a piece of work. General manager of this team dressed as a defenseman today. And you said it in the first period, Josh. He was itching for something. He was itching for some action, and he gets it here with 45.2 seconds to go.
His junior players are watching on tonight, and they're loving it. Hat-Tricks in the final minute of play here. We got 45 seconds left. I think Asselin's getting a minor. No.
Yeah, Billy got a minor as well, so coincidental minors. By the way, Gesso did get a 5-minute major for spearing in a game misconduct. That was the penalty called against him. And, as things get a little out of hand, and out here in the final minute of the game, we see Stevie Brown be put on the ice by Dave McIsaac.
It's 4-on-3 for Delaware for the last 42 seconds. They move up the ice right to left. Lucchese into the hat-trick zone, stopped by Brown. Lucchese has the puck back to the point. Brennan across the blue line. Moritz, right point. Down low, 25 seconds to go. Colstrip back to Moritz at the point. Colstrip right circle, fires. Blockered into the corner by Wilson. All the way out to the left point. Brennan, 15 seconds left in regulation. Hat-Trick's up 5. Right circle, Moritz fires, and it's swallowed by Wilson. Just under 10 seconds left in play here. 6-1 Hat-Tricks, and just try to get through these last 9.9 here with no more extracurriculars.
Yeah, and you got to like Wilson, keeping his focus while all that's going on around him. He stays out of it, keeps his focus, swallows up those shots. Finish this one off.
Brennan, a wind and drive wide of the net, and with 2 seconds left, far boards, puck settled by Atwell, and the horn sound. Hat-tricks win it 6-1. An offensive outburst this weekend against Delaware, 11 goals in 2 games, and Danbury with 26 points will at least be tied in points for the top of this league after play tonight.
Yep, Watertown playing against Binghamton tonight, so we'll see what the result of that one is. But, hey, listen, we said it before the start of yesterday's broadcast, Josh. We said these are points you got to grab. You got to grab 6 points this weekend against a team that has not won a single game this season, and that's exactly what Danbury does. 5-0 shutout last night, a 6-1 win tonight, a 4-goal third period, 2 of the goals by Evgeny Kuznetsov, and Hat-tricks take it home. They do what they needed to do, and the winning streak is now up to 4.
4 straight, and Watertown winning tonight by the same score as the Hat-tricks, 6-1 over Binghamton. So both teams with 26 points coming here into Danbury on Wednesday night, and it will be a battle of the top 2 teams in this league. The Hat-tricks win it 6-1. It was Dmitry Kuznetsov who had a pair of goals. Billy McCreary in on the action tonight in his season debut, and Brian Wilson, 1 goal allowed in 2 games. Really good start for his Hat-tricks career, and Hat-tricks seem like they're going to have a solid netminder for the future in this season.
Yeah, absolutely. The former Niagara goaltender, he's solid. You can just see he knows what he's doing out there. He's very composed. He's positionally very, very sound. But he also didn't get tested a lot this weekend. He's going to get tested a heck of a lot more if he starts on Wednesday night, which I would assume he would get the call after allowing 1 goal in his first 2 games, a pair of wins against Delaware this weekend at home.
Dealing with Justin McDonald, a different story than this Delaware offense.
Yeah.
We'll be back here on Wednesday night for that contest between the Hat-tricks and the Wolves. Thanks for joining us here tonight. For Jim Cerny, I'm Josh Starr. The Hat-tricks take this one 6-1 and have a 4-game win streak to boot. 3 straight wins against Delaware, and they'll be back in action on Wednesday against Watertown. We'll be here for that one. Hat-tricks take it tonight 6-1. Thanks for joining us, and we will see